There's so much to talk about and to catch up on. I guess first of all, we should just say, hey, congratulations on a huge WrestleMania and just the momentum that you guys had with all those sold out shows. And I know we don't talk about current stuff, but Bruce, you and I have not talked about this at all. We got to talk about the crowd in France. I mean, you've been in front of so many WWE crowds going all the way back to 1987. You've been able to see it, feel it, hear it, and watching on television on Peacock. It was just unbelievable to the point that the hard cam was shaking. What was it like in the building? And can you compare that crowd to almost any other crowd in wrestling history that you've seen?
Well, we always talk about, oh my God, this crowd was that, this crowd was this. And the crowd in Lyon, France was the loudest I have ever experienced. The level of excitement from the moment that they stepped in at 5 o'clock when doors opened, the moment they stepped into the arena, they were on. They were chanting, they were singing, they were having a good time. They were just happy to be there. But starting at about 5:20, so doors open at 5. Starting about 5:20, they started with these chants and these songs. And we were trying to work. We were actually on a Zoom call back to the States, and we were going over, had some meetings on that Saturday. It was damn near impossible to hear yourself think. Now you move to that evening's entertainment, and we go into the gorilla position that we call it. Well, normally the gorilla position is kind of like just right backstage, and you're not in the arena per se. You're right at the edge. Well, this, because of the configuration, we were on the arena floor, and all we had on top of us was a tarp. You talk about loud. At one point, they sent out an emergency alert system to everyone's phones stating that the decibel level in that area of Lyon was dangerously high. And while the doctor was dabbing the blood out of my ears, he said, "Oh, hey, listen to this, So it was insane. God, what a beautiful, beautiful experience, because it was an audience that appreciated every little thing we did. They just wanted to be there and experience it live, and they loved every second of it. They appreciated what every talent, what every announcer, what every play-by-play and color person did, what every referee did. They were into the event and they were having fun, which is what you should do when you go to the matches. Is you should have fun, you should have a blast, and just enjoy your time and appreciate what the performers are doing for you. They're out there risking their lives for you and performing for you. So when you give it back the way that they did in France, I think that the talent give it back tenfold. And it was a magical night in that regard. A lot of people, would say, "Oh man, there were only 5 matches." There were 5 great matches that the audience appreciated every one of them and made them even better because of that enthusiastic audience. So yeah, a few surprises, like singing Randy Orton's song. I was like, "There are words to this song?" Hey man, I just saw it was "I Hear Voices in My Head." But they didn't stop. They did not stop. And then we got a loop of that phenomenal song that they would start to sing every time AJ Styles would do anything. And we listened to that all the way.
I got to tell you, man, I know we don't talk about current stuff and I don't expect you to have a comment, but I saw a lot of people online who were sort of negative about the idea that Cody's first challenger was AJ Styles. And I saw a lot of people sort of clowning on AJ and indicating, oh, he's past his prime and blah, blah, blah. And then they went out there and had one hell of a match, a barn burner. I mean, I know you laugh at this off and I get whatever, but It was even
the
5
thought
stars
of-
from Dave Meltzer. Like this was a fantastic match. Like the crowd was, and I know that one of Cody's personal favorite matches is Hogan Rock at WrestleMania 18, and it's not necessarily because of the quote unquote work rate. I mean, you watch that match with the sound off, it's a totally different experience. But they had that level of response from the crowd. I just thought it was phenomenal. I mean, as far as a matinee pay-per-view goes, that's about as good as it gets. I really thought you guys did a great job.
Well, I think anybody discounting AJ Styles, my God,
Yeah.
one of the greatest, just absolute greatest talents of this era, and or many others. But I don't know what there is. I don't know what there is to diss about AJ. It's like, good God, hardworking son of a gun, former champion. That of course he deserves to be in there. So.
Really phenomenal show. You guys are on a crazy run. Of course, we're now looking at the Queen and King of the Ring at the end of the month over in Saudi Arabia. Looks like Logan Paul is up next. There's just so much fun momentum in WWE right now. And you have been there for the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. Is this the hottest and most momentum you remember feeling? I mean, is it comparable to the golden era? Is it comparable to the attitude era? How does this, I think Cody's referred to it as a Renaissance era, compare to those just from an office standpoint? Because this is really the first time that, well, who's not here.
Yeah, you can't compare them. I mean, they're all different. So they're all great in their own respect, especially in the time and in the moment. So they're to compare, they would have to be very similar. And the fact that they are all different makes it different, makes it new. And it's a great time. It's fun. It's a fun time to be a part of the business. And if you love it, if you love what is taking place and what's happening, then support it and enjoy it. But the main thing is kick back and enjoy it. Don't overanalyze everything to the point that you make yourself sick. Just enjoy what's happening in front of you and appreciate it and take it from there, because it's only going to be there for so long. You know what I mean? And before you know it, man, there's something else. There's something else that's going on, and you're gonna wish that you had savored it a little bit more. So savor it now. Go in and hug your mama and tell her you love her. Savor her too.
Well, we appreciate all the time that we get, and we're trying to savor that with you. But we do want to make an announcement about the future of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Prichard. So stay tuned to the end of today's episode, and we have the inevitable announcement that you probably thought was long overdue.
Well, Conrad, all we've got is time, and time is a precious commodity.